What's going on, guys? I'm in Advantage and welcome back to another NHL 22 video. Today we'll be ranking the nations of hockey cards in NHL 22. Before we get into today's video, thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. I appreciate all your support. If you like the video, make sure you go ahead and like it. And if you're one of those people that watches my videos but is not subscribed, make sure you do so for the latest NHL 22 content. Without any further ado, let's get right on into it. Before we get into the rankings today, let me be very clear. All of these cards in this event are among some of the best in the game thus far. However, we are ranking these cards based on the value that they bring to the table, based on what it is worth to make them. So coming in at number 5, we have Robin Lehner. On the surface, Lehner's card looks like one of the best in the game right now. Actually, in fact, he does look like the best goalie in the game. It's 6'4", 240. He also does have a gold post to post, as well as a plethora of other fantastic superstar abilities, and his synergies are all ones that are probably going to be activated among your team. That being said, if you already have a phenomenal goaltender between the pipes, I wouldn't go out of my way to make Robin Lehner. However, if you're hut rich or looking for a huge upgrade in net, Robin Lehner could be the goalie for you. However, there's a few other players in this set that we'll go over that will probably be more advantageous to make first. Coming in at number 4 on the list, we have the right-handed defenseman Corbinian Holzer, 6'3", 214 pounds. This card is obviously unreal. There's a few reasons why, though, this card comes in at number 4. The first being, if we look at the marketplace, there are quite a few other right-handed defensemen on the market that are out there that are solid. Let's first talk about the impact that he will have to the hut rich. Yes, Holzer right now is probably going to be on your first or second line D pairing. However, a month goes by, and being that the competition is so large on that right-handed defenseman side, he might fall quickly to your third line D pairing, and he's not going to see a lot of ice time, and you just spend about 600,000 to 700,000 coins on making him. His synergies are phenomenal. 95 acceleration and 93 speed on somebody that's 6'3", 214 with 99 body checking and truculence is out of this world unreal. Unfortunately, he does not have gold shutdown, which I still believe is the best gold zone ability that you could have. However, he does have it in its silver form, and he also has tape to tape, seeing eye, and of course ice pack, which I probably wouldn't activate. If I were you on this card, I would look to activate silver shutdown as well as gold truculence. However, the weakness in this card is not necessarily this card specifically. It's more or less the competition and the plethora of other right-handed defenseman cards that are out there that I think this card might be out of your top 2 D-line pairings quicker than you probably would expect. If you're not hut rich, however, he could be a card that is on your team for quite some time. And of course, if you're a fan of Holzer or need a right-handed defenseman, he's going to be one of the best in the game right now. Now, these next 3 cards are interchangeable based on your play style and your needs. So in reality, take my gradings here with a grain of salt. Marian Hossa is at number 3. He easily could be ranked at number 1, again, depending on your needs, on your team, and on your lineup. But let me explain my rationale. He does have wingman or workhorse, depending on which one of those you activate, that both going to give +2 to acceleration, distributor, as well as buzzing. Now, not a lot of people are going to be able to activate buzzing and distributor. However, now that we're getting later in the game and there's multiple synergies out there, you might be able to do so if you have a pretty solid team. Superstar ability wise, he has lead edges, silver shutdown, unstoppable force, which I probably wouldn't touch, silver wills, and goldborn leader, which is one of my favorite zone abilities, especially for a player that's going to be on your first or second line. At 6'1", 207, he's going to be near impossible to take off the puck. 95 acceleration, 94 agility, 98 balance, and 95 speed. He's going to be very quick, very agile, and as I've mentioned, very difficult to knock off the puck. If you're a player that likes more time on attack, I'd probably lean more towards Hossa than I would Dylan Larkin, who we'll get to here in just a minute. However, let me talk to you a little bit about my issue on my team. I had 99 overall Duchesne on the first right wing slot. Obviously, team of the year, McDavid is also going to be up there. And then lastly, team of the year, Rantanen. So I could put Hossa here on my third line, but Rantanen gets 1 upgrade or even 2, and Hossa's going to fall to my 4th line. Meaning I'm not going to activate the majority of those zone or superstar abilities, because why do that for a 4th liner? And at that point, you just spent 700,000 coins on a player that's going to be on your 4th line. Now, I understand that that's very specific. And again, if Hossa is one of your favorite cards, or if your team isn't quite up to this speed, which I could completely understand. I make money from making these videos, and I'm able to put some of that money back into making my team and making content. So I totally get that. However, just something to think about if you're a hut rich player, and something also to think about as you make other cards throughout this game. That being said, I love Marian Hossa's card. His shot is almost perfect. Hands are phenomenal. And I believe if you love Marian Hossa, make this card. I still might make him. I just don't really know where I'm gonna put him yet. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Coming in at number 2, in my opinion, is probably the best left-handed defenseman in the game right now. He's right up there with Hedman, and I think he might even edge him out just slightly. 95 acceleration, 93 speed. So he's cracked on the skating side of the fence. Shot is pretty solid for a defenseman. Hands are great, but where it comes to his zone and superstar abilities, this is the best combo I've seen in the game. I talked about this yesterday on the full detail video, but let's talk about it right now. 2 ability points for shutdown, gold shutdown, which obviously we know right now is completely overpowered and underpriced, so it's phenomenal to see that. Silver truculence, silver quick pick, I probably wouldn't touch ice pack, but silver bouncer. So for 8 ability points, if he is on your first line, and again, if you have Born Leader on somebody on your first or second line, he's probably going to be out there for about 40 minutes throughout the game. And with 97 body checking, his speed where it's at, his shot, his hands, his passing, his defensive awareness, everything across the board, this card is unbelievable. Now, I'm still debating on making him, although I do have Gonchar. I might swap out Gonchar and just wait for one of those team building sets to come out where they bump up to, for example, the 98s. But this card is tempting, man. It is one of the best in the game right now, and this is 1000% a card to chase. And lastly, coming in at number 1, we have the 6'1" center, or of course you can play him on the wing, Dylan Larkin. 6'1", 198, 97 acceleration, 97 speed, 99 agility, which is just out of this world, unbelievable. In addition to that, he has elite edges, which I love. Silverborn Leader, also phenomenal, completely underrated in my opinion, the best 1 ability point well spent on your team. I probably wouldn't touch Silver Tape to Tape or Silver Quick Draw. I feel like they just don't really do what they need to do as far as the cost that is insured in them. However, he also has gold wheels. If he's going to play on your first line, could be something to take a look at. I probably wouldn't touch it myself, though. That being said, this card's going to feel very similar to a Connor McDavid or Matthew Shane. And regardless of how good your team is, this card is pretty much near end game right now. 97 acceleration, 97 speed. Shot is phenomenal. Hands are phenomenal. Really almost high 90s across the board. This is the card I would go after if I were you. So hopefully this ranking video helped you decide and gain a little bit more insight and thought about who you should go out there and make. Keep in mind, we're gonna have 5 more players next week. So I don't know if I'd go out and make all of these players, but man, if you can afford it, this is probably one of the best events that we've seen so far in HUT. And these are 1000% among the best cards in the game right now. That's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. And if you love NHL 22 content, I would love to have you stick around here with me. Make sure you go ahead and click subscribe.